start by just telling everybody what Uncrowned Saturday is and kind of what to expect from the coverage you guys are going to be giving.
Absolutely. I mean, man, there is every once in a while a year you get a night, a weekend where there is just everything going on possibly in the combat world. That is what this weekend is for us. This is the second year in a row we've been able to do this, and it was so much fun last year. I mean, we are wall to wall on Saturday. It is a combat sports marathon. It is bonanza. There's so much going on, and we're going to get into it over.
Let's go. We're going to get into all of it. But first, let's start with the Royal Rumble. So for those of us, any of our listeners, any of our viewers that aren't exactly sure what Royal Rumble is, what is it and how is it different from some other events?
Yeah, so the Royal Rumble is probably, I would say, the most casual, friendly day of the wrestling calendar, right? Like, you don't have to be a WWE fan to enjoy the Royal Rumble. It is pure spectacle at its finest. I mean, you were looking at two different matches, men's and women's match, where it's basically 30 person match free for all. It starts with two people in the ring, and then at fixed intervals, another person joins, another person joins, another person joins, until you just have all 30 people in there, and whoever's making it, whoever's lasting, ends up, whoever, I guess I should say, comes out ahead, comes out number one, gets punches their ticket to a title shot of their choosing for WrestleMania. So it really, in wrestling fans, wrestling parlance, this starts the road to WrestleMania, where WrestleMania is in April, and the next few months are just an all-out sprint to prepare for it. So it's just pure chaos, I should say, at its most fun. It's just a really, really wild and great time. Lots of returns, all sorts of spectacle.
All right, Shaheen, I'm going to give you a peek behind the curtain of what my Thursday night looked like last night. I spent last night starting with the end of WrestleMania 3 and watching Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Macho Man. And then I went in to rewatch 4, which for me was transformative as a kid. I was a big Macho Man guy. So watching the tournament getting through. I say all of this because I like every few years to start at the beginning and watch all of the PLEs in order year by year. But I sort of fell off on wrestling a few years ago. Like, I don't follow it the same way. I watch it casually now, but I don't follow it the same way. So I was watching last night knowing you were going to come on. And here's what I want to get from you. Coming into this sort of Royal Rumble moment, like, who is this generation's Hulk Hogan? Who's this generation's Andre the Giant? Give guys like me that grew up around it, like, who should I be rooting for in these things? Who's the ultimate good guy, the ultimate bad guy, the ultimate person that gets everybody fired up?
Wow. Okay, so that's good. That's a good question, and we're going deep here. Let me try to see if I can rifle this off quick. Modern Hulk Hogan. I think that's probably easy. That's Cody Rhodes. He's the QB1. Sure. He's the biggest star that WWE has. He is the ultimate babyface. He's probably the spiritual successor to John Cena, who himself is kind of the spiritual successor to Hulk Hogan. Modern Andre the Giant. That's a little tougher. Andre was so unique, right? Like, he had such presence around him. Princess Bride's like my favorite movie of all time. So that's harder to make a comparison. I would say probably Brock Lesnar, just in the sense that he doesn't really need to say much, just goes out there and destroys, and you can kind of see what he's about very quickly. Let me see. Modern Ric Flair, that would be Seth Rollins. Just a smarmy guy, great heel, great villain, always looking for an angle, always trying to get one over on everybody. He was booked into a really stellar program before he got hurt towards the end of last year. But there's a slight chance he might return at the Rumble. I don't know. There's some rumblings, but we're not sure. Modern Rock, it's tough, man. I mean, no, just the level of charisma, right? Like, that's a very supernatural level of charisma. I don't know that that's replicable. I guess probably Roman Reigns, just in the sense that it feels like a big event when he wrestles. His presence alone sort of elevates the importance of everyone around him. But I will say, and I'll just make this caveat, if you ask me this question again in 6 months, I think there's a decent chance that the answer may be Obafemi. He is a former NXT champ, which is like sort of WWE's developmental brand, but he is massive. He is imposing. He has an incredible gimmick, and he has just charisma dripping out of his pores. Like, this man is about to have a rocket strapped to his back. He is set to make his entry into the WWE main roster actually this weekend at the Royal Rumble and really make a statement, make a presence. After a few years of seasoning over NXT, I think he's a dark horse to win the Rumble, and I think he's an instant star the moment they commit to him.
It's my guy. I'm buying all in on him. Because of you, Shaheen, that's my guy. I'm buying all in. I'm going to be a mega fan moving forward. Let's see where this goes, Caroline.
I mean, I will be honest, Shaheen. I did not I did not spend my Thursday night doing what Fitz did, but maybe I should have. Fitz is our encyclopedia of old school WWE, so maybe I should be getting more into that. But this is the first Royal Rumble on ESPN. So what can some fans expect? Maybe different kinds of coverage, different just vibe to the broadcast?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think we so far have had very limited experience with sort of this ESPN era with WWE. It started late last year. They haven't really had a chance to do a lot with it yet, but this sort of does kick off a very, very big stretch for them. I mean, there's this, then there's the Elimination Chamber, and then there's the WrestleMania, just spectacular weekend, very much coming up. And as I said, a full out sprint after this weekend. So we're going to learn a lot about this partnership. It certainly seems from the early returns that it's become, I would say, almost like more sportified, if that makes sense. Like, it's very strange to see WWE highlights, like Raw and SmackDown highlights on SportsCenter, which is now just a regular occurrence. Like, this is a very bizarre world we're living in, where this is where we're given. But this is a massive, massive lucrative deal for WWE. I think one thing that will be worth, I don't know if it's worth watching or just a storyline worth paying attention to, isn't so much the ESPN aspect of this, but this is the first Royal Rumble and really the first big WWE event, period, that will be taking place in Saudi Arabia. I mean, the Saudi Arabia's infiltration into combat sports has been pervasive, and it has been across all of the realms that we cover at Uncrowned, right? Boxing, wrestling, and MMA. Saudi Arabia has dipped its toes into every aspect of that with just incredible amounts of money and just basically coaxing these events to come to Saudi Arabia. And it was a big deal. It is a big deal for wrestling fans that the Royal Rumble has been, which is a staple of the calendar. It's, again, one of the most fun nights of the wrestling calendar. Saudi Arabia has spent so much money to be able to move it to Saudi Arabia. So that's going to be, I don't think a lot of the fan base is happy about it, but also next year, one of the nights potentially at WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi too. So like, this is just what this has become at this point. They have spent massive amounts to get these kind of events. So I'm not sure how it's going to be received, but it's certainly worth watching.
I could spend all day talking to you about the WWE side of this, especially knowing that when I was at ESPN, I was in many meetings trying to pitch, we should do more WWE content. And the answer was always no, and now it's everywhere. But that being said, we do have the reason you guys are having an epic Saturday is there's other things going on. Let's talk Stevenson Lopez a little bit. They're throwing down an MSG, which is just the best place in the world for this. What's on the line for these two as they face off?
Yes, this is going down in the Mecca. I mean, this is just a spectacular fight, man. So this is for Teofimo Lopez's WBO super lightweight championship, just in terms of the stakes involved, right? But it is much more than that, man. Both of these gentlemen are staples of the boxing pound for pound list. And this is just, I mean, in a sport where there is lacking U.S. stars right now, these are two of the biggest guys going from the U.S. I mean, they could not be more dissimilar. Like, you watch these two interact, it is hilarious because they are just total polar opposites. This is chaos versus perfection. This is genius versus madness. Teofimo Lopez is just kind of unhinged in one of the best, like in sort of that fight game way where you just never know what's going to come out of his mouth. He's a very unpredictable guy. Same in the ring. He can be brilliant one night, and then he can be his own worst enemy the next. And then Shakur Stevenson is just the polar opposite. He is cold. He is unflinching. He is sometimes feels like a machine. He is just pure defensively, tactically oriented. He is just so laced in the ring. And I think those two styles and the way they mesh together, it's going to be a fascinating, fascinating fight. And the winner of this fight, I mean, is not only just one of the best pound for pound fighters in the entire world, but one of the biggest U.S. stars going.
All right, let's go from MSG to Sydney, the site of UFC 325, a little featherweight title rematch between Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopez. Now, Volk won that in a round 5 decision back in April of 2025. Do we expect it to go his way again?
It's tough. I mean, so this is a rematch that not a lot of people were asking for, not a lot of people expected. I mean, we just saw this fight last year, and it was a triumph for Alexander Volkanovski, who is one of the greatest featherweights we have ever seen lace up a pair of 4-ounce gloves. But this is a young man's game, and in particular, the divisions underneath 170 pounds. those are lighter weight. Like those are worlds where older men just do not succeed generally in the UFC. But Alexander Volkanovski has bucked that curve. He is 37 years old. He was able to reclaim his title by beating Diego Lopez last year. And frankly, it's incredible to me that he is still going. Again, one of the greatest talents we've ever seen. It's probably like 1, 2, 3 fights at most left we got with this guy. I think he still retains. I think he still has that magic inside of him. But at some point, that it falls off a cliff. You never know when that's going to happen. Diego Lopez is young and hungry, and he is dangerous. So it could happen this Saturday.
Is there another fight on the card that you have your eyes on that just is can't miss to you?
Oh, absolutely. So there's 2 big lightweight fights that on the main card that are extremely fun and important, but I'll highlight one in particular. Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint-Denis, the co-main event. Dan Hooker from Australia, Benoit Saint-Denis, part of the new French Revolution that's coming up in MMA right now. France is really having a moment, and they have for a couple years now. Benoit's one of the leaders of that, and he is just an absolute wild man. It is just crazy to watch that guy's fight. The pace, the freneticism that he brings to the cage is really unmatched. But then across the other side of that, you have Dan Hooker, who is the ultimate grizzled veteran. He has been in war after war after war. He has tested so many different fighters in that sense who have tried to come up the ranks. And if you don't deserve to be there, if you don't deserve to be in that top 5, top 10 range, he will push you back down in the most violent way possible. So I am buzzing for that. I cannot wait for that. It's the ultimate test to see if Benoit Saint-Denis is ready for the next level of the lightweight division.